are back with Avowed, Path of the Damned. We beat the bear last time, so now I think we're going to venture into the city. See what awaits us there. It's a little bit late tonight. I'm usually not up this late. I'm feeling a little spicy. Probably had my caffeine a little too late, but I'm feeling like I'm in my 20s again, so, you know, let's take advantage of it.
Whatever the Inquisitor's like, she can't be worse than that.
A little caffeine, a little ibuprofen. Do you wonders. Till tomorrow. Feel the full brunt of it. All right, let's see. Can we? We're definitely going to try. Yeah, we need to figure out how to get up this. Maybe not. Ooh, I need that though. To upgrade my bow. My bow and arrow. See if there's anything to find under the water. Under the sea. Ooh, hello. I'll take that. I'll take that. Ooh, the bracers. Are those better? 10% ability cast speed. What do I have equipped? 10% critical. Yeah, let's stick with that. Wait, this is where I have to go. So what's down here? What's over here? Or is this back? Oh, back where we came. Duh. Okay, let's jump. Jump. And jump.
You are full of surprises, Envoy. I'd heard God Knights have strange powers, but I've never known one to heal an entire grove. Guess your Emperor.
You haven't met one like me.
For the job, huh? Still,
you may jump like that.
Cut out for the imperities. Enjoy the calm while you can.
You're getting so close to me, creeper. Okay, what's this? Money, iron. Cool.
The path to Paradise is a tad overgrown, but I can find my way back.
Oh, I started very briefly. I haven't got very far into it yet. I'm doing a lore breakdown video series. I believe the guy's name is Sword and Shield on YouTube. Could have got that wrong. But he's got I don't know if it's an 8 or 9 part series on game lore. So I'm learning. I'll be such a noob. I'm a big lore nut. Once I get rolling, and I consume way too much, then I'll become annoying about it. Copper, iron, pelts. One more. That is where I just was. I think we're going to rest here, probably. Assuming that's what it wants us to do. What's that? You a killable? No.
Old fella who used to live here ended up in one of those shanties by the dock. Now I see why.
Ooh. What's in here? Soft wood. Normally you don't want soft wood, but in this case, extremely valuable. This lady likes soft wood. Phantom? If we should fuck with them right now. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's wait on that. We don't need to die. Let's set up camp. Okay. You have anything in storage? Value. Let's see. We can upgrade our armor. It's the same stuff. 7 reduction. $19 of that. Okay, we'll do this. Yes, I am sure. We'll also upgrade our bow. Quality 2. Upgrade our gun. Our armor again. Nice, we got a lot of stuff. Okay.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Up against whatever we face.
You're right. It will.
It's out there.
Any totems yet? What do you got to say, buddy? Anything?
By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form.
I would.
I think we could learn
Please.
from one another.
You mentioned training together.
Yeah. I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent.
Well, of
You're
course.
smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield.
A lot of
I'm happy
dodging.
to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you.
5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. That's the way I play. You can withstand a lot of damage. Put a lot of power into your attacks. Yeah, tell me that.
Some of that is sheer stubbornness. But I can give you some pointers on your stance, too.
Okay.
That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow.
You staying with me?
Get
Cool.
some rest.
All right. +2 to Constitution. That's a nice bonus.
Yogard doesn't seem like the kind of man you'd send to the frontier, does he? You seem much better suited to it.
Thank you. Okay. So that was worth it. Let's exit. All right, let's go to the city. Let's go. Big night on the city. You guys. They better not be able to hit me from there. Bull crap if they can. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Ooh, that wasn't so nice. I don't know why I'm doing this. had no idea I could charge that shot. That's cool. Yeet. That's really cool. Just thought it was just a gun. Cool. Oh. I go in here? Hard. It's never stopped me before.
Not bad. It's got natural light, right on the river. It just needs a little upkeep.
Yeah. Little upkeep. Crumbling gardener's log. The pages of a decades-old journal are yellowed and brittle. Much of it is illegible. I don't know why I can't pronounce that word. Maybe I am more tired than I let on. But you can make out the following entry clearly. Soil's been stubborn lately, like it's got a secret to keep. Hopefully those newcomers from the republics will be able to provide some help. I've heard that some of the best animancers the old country has to offer are here now. No answer yet to my letter, but I'm sure they'll reply soon. They wouldn't leave a fellow Valen in the dark, right? Others have been saying that maybe we should just pack up and throw our lot in with the Fior. I don't know. On the one hand, they could probably use the extra manpower. On the other, this is our home. I'm not going to give up on it so easily. Silver pelts, iron, awakened wood. Like my wood awake. That sounded wrong. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go this way. I don't mind if I do.
Wilds are getting deadlier by the day, but people have to eat.
That's right.
You take lead. Need a minute. Let me catch my breath.
I don't know what that did.
Another glorious battle.
Yeah, you said so. Could you get this for me, please?
Here it comes.
Thank you.
Ready, aim.
Break down some of this stuff. I don't think I'm going to use... Yeah, I'll keep it for now. Don't need this anymore. Don't need this. Softwood. Okay. Cool. What was that?
Stand back. Aye, aye.
It's doing something?
Aim.
Nothing. Alright. What's that? Bonus threshold. Oh. Did I go up here before? I don't know if I did. I was trying to keep on track.
Oh no, not for you!
All right, mowing them down. Cool. Headed boots. Note to a fisherman. Note written in careful hand, brief, but scribed with excitement. My dear friend, the rumors are true. The cave you so blindly run toward is haunted, or otherwise occupied by a creature of maleficent intent. You may find abundant fishing, but you will more likely find your death. Pleading, your beloved Ida. Well, she wasn't wrong. Wall-mounted fish trophy. Remarkably small fish is on display on this wooden plaque. Engraved at the bottom is a small bronze sign with the following text. Ida's first catch. May this be the start to a long and prosperous career as an angler. Well, that didn't go so well for you, buddy.
Hope you don't mind spiders.
If I should go in here now or come back. Let's come back here once we explore the city. I don't want to get too distracted. I feel like this is begging to be scaled. Probably a whole lot of nothing here. Oh, maybe. Yeah, what do we got here? Distance record. Best toss in all of Paradis. Rinko hit the dock. You're in the middle of the river. Carl, farthest boat. The water wheel. Each entry is in a different handwriting. The fourth entry is scratched out. Next to it is written liar, followed by nuh-uh. Various crude doodles litter the lower half of the page. Not a whole lot in these crates. Kind of annoying. Wish you could just break them with your hand without punching them. Just interact. Break. Nothing really here. Okay, let's go check out the city. Excited.
Welcome to Paradise on.
Thanks.
I can't believe. Good work out there, envoy. Only just arrived, and you're already the talk of the town.
Ooh.
Well, the ambassador ordered me to give you free access to the city. No idea why he's calling the shots all of a sudden, but
That sounds ominous.
anyway, you can go on ahead. The ambassador's expecting you.
I'm going to take a look around first. Look at the lay of the
Once
land.
you're in the city, you'll find the Adiran embassy due north of the gatehouse. Take care, envoy.
Due north.
What? No parting words from me? After all the time we spent together?
Ugh, shove off, muttonhead. How's that for a parting word?
With talk like that, it's no wonder the Adirans think we need a little civilizing. At least I'm in good company now, right?
You sound so unsure. Of course you're in great company. We go way back, man. All the way to Mass Effect. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, he voiced one of the characters in Mass Effect, the original series. For the life of me, I cannot remember his name now. Totally escaping me. The one that had the little scouter thing on his head. Kind of similar to what he is now. Yeah, it's a little fun fact. I should replay that someday. Add it to my never-ending game list. Uh-oh. Okay, good. What the what happened? Okay. Cool. Feel very welcome here. Oh, what are we doing? Am I dead? Astral Highway. If you wanted to talk to me, you could have just said so. Who are you?
You should not be here.
Yeah, no kidding.
You should be free, whole, the blood feeding your veins. Why are you here?
I don't know. Somebody shot me.
A space within emptiness, where the gods live and the dead wait. A cage, a prison.
Wonderful. Just what I needed.
Feel the souls of multitudes, a current beneath the skin of this place. We could dip our hand in once, feel them near us. But now,
Not so much.
we are trapped like wasps in amber. But you should be alive.
I know. Death comes for all mortals. It's alright. Just wish I knew how.
Our beloved, they stole the bloom from your branch. An arrow broke the skin. It carried poison to your veins. A festering blot of corruption spread through the root and sap. It stilled your heart. It silenced the song in your mind.
Wonderful. Guess there are worse ways to go.
As many as the beetles and worms in the soil. But we do not want that. We could send you back. Just this once.
What about you? I suppose we can get you out.
You With your own escape so near, we are moved and decided. We will use our waning strength to free you. Then you must find us. Free us from our prison.
Whoever you are, thank you.
You are ours. We tend to the sprout on the bough. Breathe deep. All birth is agony.
Oh, great. I'm alive. What's up, buddy? I'm back from the dead. I'm like Beetlejuice. Oh my god. Hello. Close your mouth.
You're awake? Thank the gods. For a second there, I thought I had a problem on my hands.
It's gonna take more than a little murder to keep me
I'm
down.
alive. Somehow. That's what counts.
Glad to see you with us. I was sure you were already on your next trip around the wheel, but I brought you here just in case. If anyone can work a miracle, it's Liviana, though whatever restored you is beyond even her skill.
Thank you, Kai. I won't forget.
Hey, I'm sure you would have slung me over your back too, if our situations were reversed.
I don't know if I could lift you,
There's
honestly.
something I still don't
My
understand.
back's pretty bad.
Envoy, you died.
Indeed. I've spent years building immunity to poison.
A resistance to poison isn't a resistance to the beyond.
What does this mean for her? Should she expect anything else strange?
What do you know?
Other than coming back from the dead, I mean.
That depends on a few things. Visions and hallucinations? Likely. Manifestations of past lives? Uncommon, but possible.
Fun. Funsies. See these kind of symptoms before.
Not as often as I used to. This is far beyond my expertise. You should visit Runid, our local watcher. She would know what to make of your strange, stubborn soul.
It's a watcher.
One who sees into the spirit realm, speaks to the dead, and knows the past through their eyes. A watcher examines the soul down to its very core.
Oh boy.
I can't think of anyone more qualified for the job.
I'll find the watcher. Point me in the right
Runid's
direction.
shop is in the hills to the northeast. A bit of a walk. Just head out of the gate to the east of town and follow the path that curves to the north. It should be perched up in the hills. Oh, but avoid the watcher in Hightown. She's a known charlatan. I'll send word to
Duly
the
noted.
ambassador that you survived, but he'll no doubt want to talk to you.
Thank you.
Head up the stairs outside my clinic and take a left onto the main road. That'll get you to the embassy.
You're giving me a lot of directions.
Apologies. Paradise is a bit of a maze, especially to newcomers.
Don't worry. I know my way around. Which is why I should go with you. Your assassination is bound to have stirred things up.
That's so fast. What's your stake in all this?
Your troops are going to be on edge until your killer's found. And some of us still have to live here.
I appreciate the help.
Don't mention it. Besides, I don't want this to blow up any more than you do. The sooner we solve your murder, the better for everyone.
Indeed.
We should talk back again. I'm hoping you can help me understand what just happened to you.
Okay. Let's save real quick. Take that. Friendly warning. Do whatever it takes to bring back the envoy. I know you used to be a animancer. If you still have any of your old equipment, well, some of us are willing to look the other way. The envoy dies. I cannot guarantee your safety. A friend. Ooh, somebody wanted to help.
I had a dream about you. In my dream, you were surrounded by light, but it was shining from inside.
Interesting.
You weren't alone either. There were others. Some of them loved you, others were afraid of you, but they all followed you. Also, there was a tree that wasn't a tree. Oh, it made sense at the time. I can't remember anymore. It's a pity dreams aren't made to last.
Yeah. You sell some stuff?
Envoy, what can I do for you?
Let's see. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I gave it up when I lost a couple of good friends in a lab accident. Never had the courage to look back. It's better for everyone if I focus on healing the body instead of the soul.
How's business?
You know how it is. Fighting in the alleys, rumor of a plague, odd creatures skulking out of the wilderness. Someone somewhere always needs to get patched up. And when they need me, here I am.
Here I am. Remember what you got. Let's see. Can I sell? I can. I don't need this. You take that from me. Sell those. Really heavy wire drawback bowstring. Okay, let's sell. 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 Thank you. Forging notes. Forging notes. I've compared our local herbs to the same ones imported from a deer. If my findings are accurate, then everything that grows in the living lands is more potent. Everything. Cures as well as poisons. Of course, all the best ingredients grow in the deadliest parts of the jungle. So, maybe I should harvest a few seeds and pay someone to grow them in the republics, just to see what happens. Or maybe I shouldn't contaminate the mainland until I understand what I'm dealing with. That sounds like a good idea. Hello. I shall take. Nice, 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 nice. What is uses for those? Place looks a little run down.
That godlike, the Adiran envoy.
Oh, I am.
You're the one who saves the ambassador from the strangle roots, right?
Indeed. Clearly want something from me. What is it?
I'm just trying to help some friends of mine. They're Adirans, but they've had a string of bad luck.
Go figure.
Is there any chance you could lend them a hand?
This sounds like a setup.
I know this is strange, but they're in a rough situation and, well, to be honest, they helped me out a while back when I needed it. I'm just trying to return the favor.
By making me do it.
A fair request. I was an animancer in Fjord, just through the mountains in Emerald Stair. A lot of Valian animancers came to Fjord to experiment without the restrictions that come from noble patronage. Well, it turned out my high-minded theories were more explosive than I had calculated. I washed out, disgraced. Then I left Emerald Stair and I lost myself in a bottle at the Grinning Ballarok. Loflet and Gladwine pulled me out of it.
I've already met them.
Oh, in the shantytown?
Yes, I'm working on getting what they need.
Larde. Then I won't trouble you any longer, envoy. Farewell.
Okay. Yeah, those were really needy people. Hello? Nothing. I'm really tempted to stop breaking him. But I know there's going to be something good in one of them someday. Alright, let's not get distracted. Let's go get our objectives. Then we'll get distracted. What's going on here?
Recently arrived envoy from Adir was assassinated just inside the front gates. Killer is still at large.
Sorry guys.
A captain from the Valian Trading Company seeks a criminal known as Trevik. Trevik and his crew are believed armed and deadly. Fisherman missing. Last seen near the watermill, northwest of the river.
Okay.
Hey, so close. But what's the point? It's useless without that Adra.
What's up, buddy?
You are a special one, you are. I thought all the godlikes were taken back, wherever they came from. Don't mean a thing by it. I'm glad to see not all the gods have abandoned us.
What do you know about
I
godlikes?
know we had one or two disappear lately. Gods took them back, I heard. Just another sign, I guess. You should know, this place is heading quickly into a swamp of madness. Even the plants and the animals feel it.
Trust me, I've been neck deep in
I
madness
would
since
say
I arrived.
welcome to the living lands, but things have gotten even stranger lately. Sapiento di Falva, alchemist and dreamer, at your service. My latest experiment was meant to solve the scourge that has come over the local flora and the fauna, but it wasn't meant to be. I expected my main reagent to be delivered today, but I suppose the gods had other ideas.
Let me guess. You want me to get it? I want to know what your main reagent is.
Just a bit of luminous adra. Rather valuable, but nothing against the law. You may have noticed, or perhaps not, since no doubt you've been busy, that wildlife here has gone a bit wrong.
Indeed.
No one knows how best to describe it, but we can all see it. Something is distorting the life around here, and I hoped to stop it.
You feel you have the answer.
Possibly, yes. But now I can't begin my tests without my main reagent. All I need is a luminous adra. But you see the problem? It's extremely rare. I'll likely never have another chance to get it. More precisely, it is adra infused with the soul energy. And it's only found in the Deadfire Archipelago, which should explain its value. The gentlemen who are supposed to acquire my adra have not delivered it, and they seem to be avoiding me, as if they fear my wrath.
Maybe there's something we can do to help.
At this point, I'll take any help I can get. My friends must have lied, or they got the adra and they lost it. I can't imagine why else they would be acting so strange about it. Best of luck with that. I saw them briefly not too long ago, looking shifty and desperate. They were running around the paradise, talking to other scholars in the area. Ganef and Remio, I believe. And an older lady. Don't recall her name.
There's desperate sounds, make it dangerous.
But I really need that Adra. Any luminous Adra will do, he said, as if the stuff were falling from the sky. My friend, any chance you found some luminous Adra for me?
Still looking.
Oh,
Ooh, merchant. Hello.
Step right up. I can tell you need more fire in your life. Or maybe more essence.
Possibly.
Please buy something. I'm trying to prove a point.
And the point
My
is,
sister, the blacksmith, she doesn't think this will work out. I say she's wrong. Why keep a dagger under your pillow when you can use a ward stone instead?
spells can fail. Well, let's give her a little.
See? You understand? It's
perk.
not cheating. It's being prepared.
Let's see what you're selling. Geez, that's expansive. Expansive. Yeah, that's sorry, it's too pricey for me. There's another merchant around here. Okay. Oh, you must be the blacksmith.
You there. You look like you know your way around. Hello. I
Hello.
heard what happened. I see why you'd want to protect yourself.
There's a merchant at the docks who sells weapon armor just like yours.
Probably because I made them. Or most of them, anyway.
You aren't worried about him undercutting you?
I've already been paid for them. If Volter happens to stumble onto them later, what can I do?
Do you have any specialty
You mean
pieces?
enchanted? No. A shield does its job just fine. It doesn't need to be tinkered with.
Fair enough.
Talk to my sister if you're interested in that kind of thing. She's over there. At least I don't think she's blown herself up yet.
Better. She's very enthusiastic.
I don't know where she gets it. I'd swear she was adopted if we didn't look alike. 3 generations of hammering, and then she comes along. Guess souls are strange like that.
Let's see. What are you selling? Like that bow, but that's expensive. That seems cheap. Yeah, I'll buy that, I guess. What is
Sent out
this?
as a way to earn some extra coin.
A pleasure, envoy. I'm Aldrich, the bounty master of Paradise. If it suits your fancy, check the board for work. The dangerous kind. Some more than others. Speak to me when you've got something to turn in.
How'd you become the bounty master?
Someone had to take the job. Ensuring that these threats to the good people of Paradise are eliminated is my way of helping. I guess I consider it my first steps down a long road to atonement.
Atonement.
Apologies, friend. But that's none of your concern. I left there for a reason.
Fine, I wanted a story, but okay.
And that's all you need to know.
Okay.
Safe out there. You hear?
What do we want to do? Or to be given for killing Ivory Spinner Nasib. She is the cause of the spider infestation beneath Paradis, and killing her will call their numbers. Killing her will call, Jesus, man, my brain sometimes. And killing her will call their numbers. Why I cannot put that together? She is known to be in her nest in the caves beneath the city. Claim your reward. Return proof of the kill. Okay. Active the Firebrand. A reward will be given for killing Active the Firebrand. He is wanted arsonist and runs a bandit gang responsible for numerous killings and robbings. He is known to be at the Godless Ruins in the overgrown frontier northwest of Paradis. To claim your reward, bring proof of the kill. Olga. Reward to be given for killing the ogre. She took over leadership of the Zirip tribe and is wanted for recent killings of the town's citizens. He is known to be in the Mercenary Falls, located north of Paradis in the Reach. So Luandi, she's a known smuggler, ringleader, wanted for numerous crimes against citizens of Paradis. She is known to be at the ship graveyard in Andros Reach, east of Shanty Town. Oh yeah, we ran into them before. They wrecked me. Yellow Bands. Word be given for killing the Yellow Bands. They're responsible for a number of raids in the northern farms and ambushing travelers to and from Emerald Stair. They're known to make camp amidst Peregrunan ruins east of Paradis to claim your reward. Bring proof. Okay.
I always thought they should move to High Market. Then they'd make enough to eat.
What are you guys watching? Okay, so somebody is up here. Rural District.
I wouldn't go up there, stranger. That's Sparrowhawk territory.
Who?
Hail. I take it you're new to these parts? If so, you're going to want to heed my advice.
Tell me.
Up these stairs is the Pearl District. Ever since the Sparrowhawks took over, it's become a right deadly place.
Sparrowhawks. It sounds like a dance battle group. Why should I care about them?
Smugglers, vicious killers, the lot of them, as far as I'm concerned.
What do they want with the Pearl District?
A number of artisans actually support these piles of Stelgar dung, if you can believe it. They see them as a beacon of independence, resisting your countrymen.
Duly noted.
Oh, watch out for their leader. He's a big, mean bastard, that one.
Big? No offense, but I've eaten chickens bigger than you.
Says you, fish man. Can you believe the cheek on that one?
Can you tell me?
Follow the Taskmaster, they call him.
Taskmaster.
An ogre, if you can believe it. Only seen him once myself, and I hope it stays that way.
Finally, worthy prey.
You Adirans are a right concerning bunch. Regardless, may the Lord of the Hunt watch over you.
Okay. Well, let's save then if it sounds so perilous. Be a bad way to die and have to go through that all over again.
Adirans ain't welcome around the Pearl District. Mind yourself.
Oh, shut it. Stupid hat.
Real ugly, huh?
Can I go in here? No. Where am I trying to go? Yellow. No, I need a lockpick. Darn. Nice.
Smile and be yourself. You break it, you buy it. Wonder who he crossed. Doesn't take much out here.
The land deed.
Those are the papers the Adiran refugees are waiting for.
Late payments. Miko. Taskmaster Thala is not an unforgiving man, nor is he cruel, but he is fair. It's only fair that you be reminded of the money you owe him. You owe the Sparrowhawks. Taskmaster Thala is also an easy-to-anger man. You know what happens when he gets angry. You have 1 week to square up on your debts with us. No excuses. Well, he didn't square up with his debts. Spoiler alert. Okay, so why does it keep bringing this quest up? This isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted the main quest. Probably not even close to it, am I? Find the Watcher. Report to the Ambassador. Oh, then we get close to the Watcher. Ish. What are you doing?
Best watch your step around here, envoy. This is my district.
Oh yeah? Don't make me come up there. Let's chat.
So, the puny godkin wishes to speak with the great Thala. You and your countrymen are not welcome in this district. My district. Is that clear?
I'm not here to make trouble.
One little slip in my district, Imperial Lapdog, and it'll be the last you ever make.
Yeah. That's Miss Imperial Lapdog to you.
So the little godkin has a spine. Good. Ripping it from your body will be a pleasure most exquisite. Now be gone.
I like this guy.
Thala tires of your yammering.
Alright. I'll be gone. Can I go in here? No. What am I hearing? Right. Love stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whew.
Well, look who graced us with her presence. This is the Sparrowhawks district. State your business.
I've already talked to him. I'm the Adiran envoy.
It's not the kind of nonsense I expected to get. Go on. But remember, Thala's got his eye on you. I wouldn't get on an ogre's bad side.
Yeah. Okay, so sweet. Let's break some of this stuff down. All wands.
Envoy.
Hello. Where's this watcher? Hello? Find the watcher. Oh, what's she way over there for? Oh, it's a moving target.
So let us walk out of here.
All right, we should go talk to what's his lips first, probably.
If the militia had any formal instructions,
You're a damn
they'd
good
get
shot,
it
you
here.
know that?
Oh, I'm well aware. But thank you. It's very sweet.
Where'd you learn to shoot guns?
You really want to know the answer to that question?
You know what? Maybe.
Steal your drink and your chicken. Stay alert. As you all know, the Adirians are always looking for more and more ways to push our boundaries. Whatever happens, do not give them any ground, any footing. We give them an inch and they won't be satisfied until they've taken in from us every mile they possibly can. Though they claim to be here to help keep the peace, that's just the first step towards full conquest. This is our city, and it will take all of us working together to make sure it stays that way. Use your hate.
No. It's kind of nice when the city was still locked down.
Excuse me? What in the God's name are you talking about?
Think about it. Nobody coming in and out. No smugglers to look out for. No more Deerans coming into the city.
Yeah, actually, fair point there.
You there? Are you
Who?
just going to stand there and gawk at that body all day?
I'm going to steal this.
Damn this city.
Ah, I've seen worse. We'll get to the bottom. Huh?
Envoy?
Go. We'll talk to this ambassador.
You died.
Sure did, buddy. The Cartographers Guild, Volume 1. Long as the renowned Cartographers Guild served the emperors and queens of Adir, it is we who are responsible for the creation and distribution of the many maps throughout the empire, whether to direct travelers throughout the expanse that is Adir, guide ship captains on their voyages throughout Eora, or simply adorn the walls of the aristocrat's home. One can rest assured that the Cartographers Guild is behind the creation of every one of those works of art. For over 2 centuries since the Noble Expedition Corps discovered the Eastern Reach, we have worked and labored to keep all of the Empire and her colonies supplied with accurate, high-quality maps. God's willing, we will continue to do so for centuries to come.
Gods, am I glad to see you? You've got some god looking out for you.
Sure do.
I'll keep trying. But there's not much to be done for Fort Northreach.
What did I see I could grab here?
Envoy, hello. I'm glad
Nice
to see
glasses.
you on your feet. Kai.
He likes you, buddy.
I'm surprised they let you in here.
Ouch.
I'm surprised you're still gainfully employed.
Something happened between you two?
It's nothing like that. You run into all sorts of characters around here, is all. Some more polite than others. I didn't mean anything by it, Envoy. He's just curious company for you to keep.
Hey, somebody has to have the envoys back, because you all sure didn't.
No one expected the Envoy to get assassinated.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Amateurs.
There's more to the story.
Kai?
Come on, it's funny. Tej caused a ruckus last time he was slumming it at the Ballarrock. You were trying to kill a man, if I remember right. I had to put you outside.
You threw me into the canal.
Nice.
You lived.
That water's filthy. I had the runs for 3 days.
Gods, Tej. The envoy doesn't need to know that.
I'm no stranger to gut rot. Out in the field, you don't always get to pick your water source.
Yeah, but now you'll never think of Tej the same way again, will you? And now he'll never think of you the same way either.
Let's not make more of it than it was. I shouldn't have said anything.
Did you really try to kill someone?
The fellow cheated me. I couldn't let that slide. Or he'd think we were all marks.
It was over a dice game, right? Tej here has a gambling problem.
Great. Let's air all my troubles. Is there anything else?
The bartender sleeping with your girlfriend.
You're lying.
You sure about that?
We'll talk about this later.
I'm not breaking up with her for you. Just so we're clear.
That's more than enough. Thank you. Was there anything I could help you with, Envoy?
I was hoping you might answer a few questions.
Mom, how can I help you?
A lot to say. I'd like to understand Paradise better.
What would you like to know?
I don't know. When was it founded? Who
If
lives
you're
here?
looking for a particular year, the first thing you should know about Paradise is that this isn't the kind of place where the locals keep records. And though
Fair
it
enough.
might be considered a distant backwater by the rest of the world, this city is the height of civilization by the standards of the living lands. As for who calls this place home, I suspect you could find a criminal, confidence man, or prophet from every civilization in the world here.
Hey, come on. You're gonna give the envoy the wrong idea. We've got draft dodgers, courtesans, and revolutionaries too. You know,
The whole
all the
potpourri.
fun people.
In any event, as far as I can tell, Paradise has been this way since its inception. Thus the eclectic display of architectural styles. If nothing else, this city is a reflection of the countless people who have passed through it on their way to the interior.
What are the deer's intentions?
Depends on who you ask. Ambassador Heelgard will tell you that our remit here is to establish a secure and orderly environment from which to engage in trade. Inquisitor Liudwin will tell you we're here to break the frontier.
So, which is it?
Why not both?
Not hear anything about Dream Scourge.
That's where you come in. Whether you find your desires aligning with the ambassadors or the inquisitors, neither can succeed until the Dream Scourge is ended. We are only beginning to see its effects here in Domshore, but the closer to the center of the island you go, the worse it gets. That bear you and the ambassador encountered in the Strangle Route isn't even the worst of it. And the tide of this soul
Wonderful.
plague is rising higher every day.
How do they feel about it?
For all that I complain about this backwater, there are good people here. Same as anywhere else. People who want to be able to walk to the market in the morning for their bread and eggs and know they won't be mugged. People who like it when the mail comes on time, and their skates are made from real copper, and their neighborhood peeping Tom ends up in the stocks. Those people, good and honest people, who pay their debts and honor their contracts and remember to thank the gods. They like us a lot.
Tell me about who tried to kill
The
me.
resistance, as such, are largely a group of misfits and criminals intent on undermining the rule of law. They take out loans with small Adiran banking houses and do not pay them, then assault the bankers who attempt to collect. They agree to contracts with families in Adir seeking homes, and when their ships arrive, promptly abandon them. When we levy a small tax to fund the repair of city roads, they set our counting house on fire. And when
Wonderful.
our fishermen return to port, they board their ships and sink them.
That's certainly one way to characterize them. It's not exactly wrong, but it's not exactly right either.
For decades, people like them ruled this city through fear. We imposed order, and now they oppose us. You, unfortunately, were caught in the crossfire. By all means. There's a lot of ground to cover. Could you be more specific?
How do they compare?
The age-old question. Who's bigger? Adir is, naturally, by a wide margin. And were we at the Cartographers Guild in High Crown, I could show you on one of their globes. As it is, we must make do in the theater of our minds.
Theater of our minds.
The Living Lands are located in the far north of Aora. Adir is southwest of the Living Lands, situated along the equator. The Living Lands are more arid than Adir, and the island is more prone to storms. But its many deep valleys protect the various townships from the worst of the weather. Topographically speaking, the Living Lands are a place of extremes. Deep inland, mountains rise high enough to rival those of the White March, blanketed year-round in snow. While east of the volcano of Mount Forja is an acid sea that sinks far below the level of the ocean. The lands between them are riven with deep clefts in the earth and isolated by wastelands of sun-baked sand dunes. I'll share what I can.
Who's in
There is no
power?
singular authority in the Living Lands.
Not yet, anyway.
I shudder to think what the Living Lands would look like under your rule.
Well, to start, there'd be a lot more brothels.
Charming. Power is invested in the leaders of the various townships scattered across the island. The largest are Fjord, Thirdborn, and Solace. None of which, I will note, are as safe and orderly as Paradise. Fjord Messeverno is located in a valley known locally as the Emerald Stair, named for the terraced rice paddies that cover its hillsides. It is our closest neighbor. The city, if you can call it that, was founded 50 years ago by animancers from the Valian Republics. Apparently, the laws governing animancy weren't lenient enough in the Republics. So the city's founders came to the Living Lands, where they could practice their discipline more freely. Currently, Fjord is governed by a man named Ignacy Vidaro. Rather inept to hear the ambassador talk about him. Fjord's farmers supply most of the grain and vegetables we eat here in Paradise. Or it did. Their shipments have been infrequent lately. Something about a blight in the fields. In any event, I believe that covers Fjord.
But the other one.
The Valian Republics are a collection of city-states in the Eastern Reach, southeast of our former colony, the Deerwood. The Republics began life as colonies of the Grand Empire of Valia, hence the name. But as Grand Valia's economy collapsed, well, the colony saw an opportunity to escape the influence of the Empire of Origin, and they seceded, much as the Deerwood did from Adir. Now a mature confederation in their own right, the Republics have recently indulged their own expansionist ambitions in the Deadfire Archipelago. Through their merchants in the Valian Trading Company, the Republics will sell you anything you could ever wish to buy.
Up to and including people.
We should count
those kind of
ourselves
places.
lucky they've had no interest in the Living Lands. In a struggle between our Emperor and the Republic's great dukes, well, I doubt we would come out on top. But if anyone asks, I was not the one who told you that. Everything you need to know about Thirdborn is in its name. It was founded by the Thirdborn children of Rawatai, Navy dropouts, smugglers, and hands for hire. Almawa and Orleans, mostly.
Home, sweet home.
You're free to go back any time you like.
I like my current circumstances just fine, thanks.
They are people, in short, who couldn't cut it in the civilized world, and had to make room on the margins. Unfortunately, they are currently besieged by the Dream Scourge. We have sent some troops to lend what help we can, and the mayor, Temerity, was appropriately grateful, but I don't know how long they'll hold out. Rawatai is one of the old empires, every bit as storied as Grand Valia or our native Adir. If Adir is to the southwest of the Living Lands, Rawatai is to the southeast. And unlike our home, Their small continent is racked by terrible storms. This is due, or rather, was due, to the island's proximity to Andra's mortar, the unending super hurricane that once hid the ancient city of Ukaizo. Rawatai is largely peopled by Aumaua, descended from those who fled the Deadfire Archipelago centuries ago, when Andra pulled the moon, Ioni Brather, into the sea. They are an aggressive, militant culture, and personally, I find their obsession with gunpowder rather quaint. They are also our chief rivals on the world stage.
Okay.
I don't think they see it that way.
No?
Well, as far as Navy brass is concerned, Adir doesn't really rate.
Now you're just making things up.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but we don't think about you at all.
Solace is, what is there to say, really?
Yeah, they tend to have that effect on people.
The trouble is, I don't know much about Solace. Nobody does. They are an isolationist community of Pagrunan dwarves who live in the forbidding ways of Galawain's tusks. They don't let outsiders into their lands, and they don't let their people out of them.
Some folks get out from time to time, but they can't ever go back. And the ones who survive aren't eager to talk about their experiences.
People aside, the land itself is incredibly hostile. The island's volcano, Mount Forja, rests at the heart of the region, and it's recently become active. Half the land is lava rock, and the other half is, well, literally lava. I don't know why anyone lives there. I have to assume they're all insane.
You have no idea.
But the dwarves.
Naturally. The Pagrunan are a unique community of mountain dwarves originating in Old Valia. As a people, they've made their name as explorers, builders, miners. No doubt you've seen their ruins in your travels, here, back home in Adir, and all across the world. They maintain a rich tradition of oral storytelling, chanted magics, and ritual carving, which they take great pains to record and transmit across their various communities. Even the most physically isolated Pagrun is not alone. Somewhere, one of their people is thinking of them and planning an expedition. Abidan must cherish them.
You sound like you admire them.
I suppose I do. I'm an open book. Consider
Sick. Tell me about the Inquisitor.
Inquisitor Ludwine is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradise. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace. But she doesn't keep it so much as prosecute it. As ruthlessly as the ambassador will let her. She's also a veteran of the Steel Garrote's campaign in the Deadfire, where she died.
She's a Death Guard. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what happened to her there, but I suppose Wodika wasn't done with her yet.
What was she like before she became Death Guard?
She was a mid-level member of the Steel Garrote then, chasing Oathbreakers who'd fled Adiran law. She'd come back to the Imperial Archives to borrow a map to a place called Oathbinder's Sanctum. I remember she was furious because the map was quite poor. She worried about finding the place, about properly executing her duty to her god. She wanted, I think, to do a good job. So, while clearly she has changed, in some sense, I'd say she's much the same.
Interesting.
Death Guards are surpassingly rare. Some of the secretaries who traveled without dignitaries in the Deadfire spoke of one named Iser, a devotee of Berith, who guards the hanging sepulchres there. But I've heard of no others except those I've read about in the histories, or, as you say, in stories. They are people, most often paladins or priests, so devoted to a cause that they simply refuse to pass on to the wheel when they die. Their soul haunts their body. The passion required to sustain them devours their flesh, and they swiftly turn to bone. I've never read a history nor tale of a Death Guard that did not end with them going quite mad. When they lose their capacity to care for anything but their cause, they cannot love. And when they cannot love, they cannot be merciful. And so everything before them becomes only an obstacle.
You know about the steel garrote.
Think upon your promises and die. That's the litany of the steel garrote, usually said right before they kill you. They're an order of paladins born and bred in Adir, though clearly they've found plenty of work beyond our borders. Their remit is simple but comprehensive. They punish all who break their oaths. In practice, that has historically meant contracts. One lord or merchant will hire the steel garrote to bring a duplicitous rival to justice.
Fun bunch. What are they doing in Paradise?
Since the events in the Deadfire, their operations have expanded. The steel garrote has always been associated with Wodica. Now, they are explicitly her order. And they go wherever Wodica's priests, or Wodica herself, believes there is a need for them to go. The Living Lands are a dangerous, lawless frontier in sore need of order. Thus, they are here. Or so the steel garrote say.
Interesting.
Do you think so? I've always found her inflexibility comforting. Wodica's edicts are clear. If you obey her laws, pursue justice, punish the guilty, and give fealty to the Emperor, then you have pleased her, and I aim to please. But Wodica does not trust. She demands that you declare yourself for her again and again. Her every request is a test, and her every test is an opportunity to disappoint her. I appreciate a god who makes you work for their grace. I don't want anything given to me for free. Of course.
Let me with a watcher. Tell me about them.
I trust whomever told you to consult a watcher also told you to avoid the one in the city. She is a liar and a thief.
Oh, did you take your money?
No. Anyway, watchers are individuals capable of perceiving souls. The soul may be in a living body, or it may simply be lingering, waiting to pass into the in-between. In either case, interacting with a soul allows a watcher to glimpse a person's past lives or their most deeply buried memories. Watchers are incredibly rare, and in Adir, highly controlled. Many people wish to know who they were in a previous life, and do not like what they learn.
Happens to watchers in
Smart
Adir.
ones stay hidden. They do not announce their powers, perhaps not even to themselves. Even a careful watcher risks inadvertently revealing themselves by knowing something they shouldn't know. Of the ones that are public, little is concretely known. But we hear things. They make good judges in Wodica's courts, so long as they're controlled. The lords, it's rumored, buy and sell them to collect blackmail on their enemies. But I suspect many watchers are imprisoned or executed, or simply kill themselves. A watcher doesn't need your cooperation or consent to read your soul. They could learn everything about you, terribly damaging things about your parentage, for example, or things you did in a past life, without you ever knowing. You see how this could threaten the established order, undermine our betters' right to rule.
Yeah, but that's just one side to it. Imagine how a watcher feels, knowing what a threat they are to the status quo. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be keen on kings and emperors wanting me dead. Sounds like a lot of hassle.
Don't sell yourself short, Kai. I don't doubt you're an expert in people wanting you dead.
You're not wrong.
I rarely am. In any case, the Watcher is fundamentally a tragic figure. Of the few that survive our world, most are destined to go mad.
Become one?
Yes and no. So far as I understand it, a Watcher is born a Watcher. But it takes an event, often something shocking or traumatic, to bring a Watcher's powers to the fore. So you may be a Watcher, or I may be, or Kai, and we might not even know.
Any famous ones?
Well, the Watcher of Cadnua is legendary. It was their castle Aethys destroyed when he began his campaign of terror in the Deadfire. Oh, by the Queen, I hope I get to meet them someday. In terms of local interest, You'll have heard of Runid, of course. And there was Ida. You may not know about her. She was a watcher from the living lands. I believe she was an Orlan. She must have died, 150 years ago. Slain by a great serpent, gods treat kindly with her soul. Doubtless there are others, but most don't meet a good end.
You know quite a bit about the Watchers.
I don't think so.
The envoy is right. You're basically a Watcher encyclopedia.
Why should a secretary be limited to knowledge of filing systems and how the ambassador takes his tea? I was a boy once. Watchers were a special interest of mine when I was young.
He sounds defensive to me. Does he sound defensive to you, Envoy?
I am not a Watcher.
Exactly what a Watcher would say.
Both of you, please, your fun puts me at tremendous risk. This isn't a subject the Inquisitor takes lightly.
All right. I know you're not a Watcher, Teach. You'd be better at dice.
Apology accepted. By all means. Well, you'll notice I'm nearly always here. If that man sleeps, I don't know about it. He wouldn't say, but I believe he relied on the Claviger far more than he lets on. And without the Claviger's steady hand at the rudder, the ambassador's struggling just to bail water from the sinking ship that is Paradise.
Claviger Amon might have tolerated a little more chaos than the ambassador liked, but he kept this place humming. He's not someone you can easily replace, and not with one man alone.
It's a difficult job. The pressure sometimes gets the better of him. But if he loses his temper now and then, I can't blame him for it. Better him than me. He doesn't know what to do with himself. You know, in our first days here, he'd often walk to the end of the docks at sunrise. The work was done, the embassy was closed, and he'd still be wearing the same clothes he'd slept in at his desk. And he'd just stare out over the sea. He always seemed dissatisfied back then. I suppose, years later, he still does. Be serious. Most of us here didn't get sent to the frontier because we were anybody's favorite. The longer I'm here, the more likely the people who matter are to forget me. And I'd actually like to get back to High Crown someday. Get married, have a few kids, take the civil exams, and settle into a permanent clerkship.
I guess there are worse ways to spend a life.
Like rotting in this embassy. Of course. Should you ever need me, I will be here.
That was a lot of lore.
Safe travels, Envoy.
It was great. I like that voice actor. Really good job with that. Hold on. I'm not ready yet. Steele wrote report. Found this book on the public bench. After a careful study, our scribe confirmed the handwriting matches the signature found in the scrolls. Be advised that Tan is in the living lands as a member of the Circle of Archmagi. He has a license to go where he pleases. We will observe him at a distance, but no one is to engage him. Taryn is either a harmless fool or one of the most dangerous people alive. We simply can't take that chance. Tan's diary. Tan's? Here I am in the living lands. This island might not be the safest vacation spot, but it is certainly the most colorful. Also the most flavorful, according to these mushrooms, and mushrooms seldom lie. Before I forget, I promised Bakarna I'd bring back a souvenir. There's a rumor of a fallen star in Emerald Stair. Could be a nice addition to her collection. A message is scribbled on the inside corner. If found, please return to Tyrna the Archmage, author of Tyrn's Chaotic Orb. The Duran Empire, Part 2, Expanding Borders. In 2602, Duran explorers returned from over the ocean telling tales of the ruins and treasures there and of the expansive fields that were perfect for growing Vorlas. Explorers warned I cannot do this. The locals were not friendly to outsiders, but whatever that is, seeing this as an opportunity to extend his empire and secure trade, another continent sent more explorers. Over the next 20 years, the area would become Direwood was investigated, mapped, and colonized. In 2623, the first permanent Adiran colonial settlements were established. Vorlus fields were set up north of the forests in Direwood, but between the conflicts with the Glanfans, and the War of the Broken Stone, it floundered. It wasn't until 2643 that the opportunity presented itself again. Some Ethosians pilgrims wanted to escape persecution, establish colonies, and Vorlus farming operations in the territory of Red Saris, with Grand Valar on the verge of collapse. Wanted to ensure his hold on the purple dye trade that would be established. He encouraged the settlement and even paid to have pilgrims set up a new world. I can't read this. I'm sorry. These names are killing me. All right, we're going to read this later. Ambassador, I've maintained the order in Paradis for many years. I know the city. When there is a good leader and fair policy, there is peace. But you have allowed the steel grow out to terrorize my people and sow distrust and fear. I suggest you tighten your Inquisitor's leash, or the embassy might not carry your banners for long. Clavenger. He wasn't happy. Adiran customs. Adir is a country rich with customs, and they are known for their strict adherence to them. Their customs run the gamut from grand celebrations like the Feast of Feasts to mundane superstitions such as to avoid surf addiction. This volume will focus primarily on bigger celebrations, as no one knows how to throw an extravagant party quite like the Adiran. All right, let's talk to this dude. Clavenger Emond. I know the blighting of the Strangleroot is a cause for concern, but I must strongly discourage any trade deal that involves buying additional crops from Fior. We cannot endorse the blasphemous trait of animancy, much less welcome it to our dinner tables. They got some real problems. Letter to the Inquisitor. Inquisitor, I have been in Emerald Stair long enough to confirm our worst suspicions. The people of Fior care not for the laws of mortals or gods. Animacy and folk magic are peddled in defiance of Wodika. Their crimes are innumerable, their way of life intolerable. All is not lost politically. They are unstable. Too focused on themselves to notice us, our eager hands tightening the garrote. We wait for your order. Your friend in the forest. Ambassador Highguard's journal. I must admit, it was proving impossible to build diplomatic relations. The locals have a natural distrust of outsiders, and we have nothing they want. Inquisitor believes that time and pressure will prevail. Would that I shared her confidence. Lodwin under her gaze, I feel scrutinized down to the bone, picked apart like a Karen, and stared through by the pair of cold, motionless eyes that have glimpsed too far beyond the veil, reducing me to some depraved pilgrim who prays only for her ossified claws to work their way back under my skin, liberating me from this pathetic envelope until, at last, we are bound together as a skeletal pair, limbs intertwined, not as two beings, but as one. There's no shame in being attracted to power. Nevertheless, I must keep such feelings to myself, lest they be met with revulsion or worse, enthusiasm. He likes her? He's like some thin. Very thin. Adiran dialects. The sun does not set on the Adiran language. Those of us who commune with this proud language or some deviation of it populate every corner of Eora. All right, I can't read anymore. Getting tired. Let's talk.
Believe you're alive.
Me either.
When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst.
We all did.
How do you feel?
As vigorous as a drake in a rut.
Not even death can slow you down, I see. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Did the Emperor send you with anything for me? Your writ of commission, perhaps? Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority.
That's right.
Thank goodness. At least someone understands the gravity of our situation. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles.
I also found an arrow in my gut.
Trust me, we'll get to that. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the Dream Scourge is what keeps me up at night. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the cities.
Indeed. Assuming it's not too late already.
The plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire.
You're not.
At least rebels know the meaning of negotiation and compromise. But a plague kills indiscriminately.
That'd be true.
Even I must admit the rebels have gone too far. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open.
Killing was bold. Give them that.
Indeed. The killer sent a message, but this is our chance to send one in return.
Ooh.
I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the Living Lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice.
She's the one who's really in charge.
Both report to higher powers, but hers are less forgiving than mine. Ludwig goes where she likes, haunting the Living Lands like a vengeful spirit. She'll reappear when she chooses, and not a moment sooner. Let's make sure to give her some good news for a change.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradise.
Expert is exactly what we
Marius
need.
is from the Tusks, about the harshest and remotest place the gods ever created, even by the standards of the Living Lands.
Trickery, lies. The gods did not build this place.
Let's just say no one survives out there without picking up a few skills, the kind we'll need if we're going to find hidden assassins. Especially if they're from the streets of Paradise.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. But before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another. An unusual course of treatment, but who am I to argue? Remember, the assassin is out there. You have the element of surprise. I suggest you use it. Oh, I wish I could see the killer's face when they realize the hunter has become the hunted. We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy.
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarrock? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.
Why not? All right. I think that's where we end for tonight. Thanks for watching, you guys. It's a fun episode. Got a lot of lore today. And then I think next time we'll go get the next companion and go see with the Watcher and see what that's all about.